Hello and welcome back to Just Fun Stuff. It is time for another spooky type build. We are paying a tribute to David Pumpkins from SNL, but before we get started, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another upload. Now let's get to building this build. Alright, we've already scouted out the area, and like I said, if you know anything about Halloween and you're an SNL fan, then you are probably well aware of who David Pumpkins is. He is the funniest character at the 100 Floors of Fright, hence the super cute outfit that Poppy is sporting today. It'll make more sense when she's got her hat off. However, I wanted to start getting the island, like I said, ready for spooky season, and I thought what better way to do that than putting up our interpretation of the 100 Floors of Fright. So that's exactly what we're doing right now. Right now we are literally just putting up the base, obviously way bigger than we're gonna need it, but I like to have room to move around, to be able to get the ladder up and down, and you never know what you're gonna need to put up, take down. So we're starting with our base and adding the second level because, again, we're not going to get 100 floors. Obviously, this is Animal Crossing, but we're definitely doing our best to give it that look. So again, just putting up our platform, getting ready to create this spooky hotel. Heading down, a lot of this has to do with customizing. Now, if you've seen the video from SNL, you know that the 100 Floors of Fright is just a big white building with windows, so that's what I tried to recreate here. I tried to find as much white as I could with pretty simple windows because it's a pretty simple looking hotel. And I thought doing the build at night kind of adds to that spooky feeling. Definitely putting in some floor lights because you want this lit up from top to bottom. Now our panel's going in so you can get an idea of what the hotel is going to look like. Pretty simple, white windows, just like the video. I wanted the top, though, to kind of mimic the top of a cheap hotel or apartment complex where it's got the pipes coming out, it's got the electrical wires. So that's what we went with. I did the park clock backwards just to add a little something extra to it, just to add to the top of the building. Now, as you can see, like I said, once you start building, then you can start tearing down, and that's exactly what we're doing. I only need it so wide. You can see the top already coming together. Now it's more customizing, and there are so many simple panels that need to be customized. I had a few from a previous build. Obviously, if you again know the 100 Floors of Fright, people riding around an elevator, and I had done an elevator previously, so I had some panels left over with that pattern, so I just wanted to get them out of my pocket, get them out of the way. The rest, again, are all used panels from other builds, so we are just re-customizing in that same window pattern to match the rest of the hotel. Like I said, it's not a hard build, it's just a fun build. It's something that I love to watch. It cracks me up every time. I think I've seen it like 2,000 times, and every time I still laugh, so I thought this was perfect for spooky season. It's a little funny, it's a little comical. Now, putting the tiki torches back behind the windows, I know what you're thinking. You're like, why? You can't see them. But that's kind of the point. When you tilt it forward, you can see the light shining through the windows. It gives that appearance of something going on behind the glass, and that's what I was going for. And again, tearing down because we don't need that entire build. You can see the hotel starting to come together. More customizing because that's what it's all about. Just so much customizing to do. Luckily, like I said, we had a few panels that were left over, so we don't need to customize them. Again, I'm not widening out the bottom of the hotel because in the video it's literally pretty much straight up, so I'm trying to keep with that theme. Now, the black is to mimic the inside of the door where we're going to be putting the elevators to look like it's open. Just adding some trees around giving it height and dimension. Again, I'm not going 100% true to the video. This is my interpretation, and I wanted some trees. It just adds a little something. You can take away some of the blocks. Adding some more trees. Just giving some ambiance around where it is. Getting some stuff out of my pockets. You can already see it's starting to come together. Like every build that we do, sometimes you forget that you need stuff or you need more of something. In this case, I needed a few more panels. A couple little extras. So went home to grab them, then back to the build. More customizing of panels because I needed a few extra. I just wanted to kind of fill in that space where the trees were. That was the plan, so I went ahead and put a few more panels. It does give it a little more dimension. And now just adding some spooky fence because, again, it's the front of the hotel. You can really see it's starting to come together. And now my most favorite thing to do is putting in a path, keeping it pretty simple. I just want it to look like a little walkway leading up to the hotel. And I'm always going to be using, at least for the time being, the same path that I use for the rest of the island because I like the way that it kind of pulls everything together. Doesn't matter what the build is, they've all kind of got the same groundwork. Like I said, super simple path today, just making an entranceway, which is good for me because it's a lot quicker. It gets to the point. You can see we're already done. Perfect. Looks like a little walkway leading up to the 100 floors of fright. Eating some more fruit. I wasn't feeling the trees, so we went ahead and removed them. I'm still gonna leave the panels, but I didn't like the look of the trees up there, so we're going in a different direction. Definitely gonna leave the trees, but we're just gonna put them on the ground level. There you go, you can see it's a little bit better, adding some shrubs. I'm sure there's not a lot of greenery around the actual 100 floors of fright, but I like the way that it looked. So again, this is my interpretation of. Now this is the elevator doors opening. Now some tiki torches, because there's nothing spookier than a little extra fire for sure. Adding some more torches, and I love things lit up. Perfect, starting to come together. Stitch is watching the entire time. Grabbing some pumpkins because I have a few spooky leftovers that I wanted to use as decorations. I had previously made them white when I was doing the build for Muffy's yard. But in this case, I wanted to go classic orange, so that's what I'm going with. I love the fireworks, by the way. We happened to do this on a Sunday night and the fireworks were going and it lends to it, I think. All right, more customizing of pumpkin things, making them orange again. Again, it's a very spooky Halloween build, and look at David Pumpkin's coat. It's orange pumpkins, so I mean, that is definitely the direction we needed to go in. Put in a spooky tree, and then we're just gonna add some spooky lanterns around because I think it looks great. Just grabbing a few more things to put up. I didn't want to overcrowd this. Again, it's a really simple build. There's not a ton that needs to go on. I'm just adding a few extras to make it a little special for Funland. Of course, David Pumpkin has his two b-boy skeletons dancing with him, so we had to put those directly beside the elevator. That was a must. More lights to light it up at night, and don't worry, we will be able to see it during the day, but I thought doing the build at night made so much sense because it's supposed to be a spookier type build. There we go. We're just grabbing a few more trees to add around to the front. That's why I planted them. And I'm specifically using the pine trees because I think they work better. The other trees, the actual hardwood trees, a little too hard, taking it off. There's David Pumpkin's hair, doing his little dance with the skeletons in front of the 100 floors of fright. Again, super simple build, but I mean, it is so much fun. Here we have daytime, and you can see a little more of the detail. And I just wanted to thank you guys for watching this build. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll definitely see you in the next video.